Hi everyone, we'll be starting in just 60 seconds. I have a little delay here on my webinar jam, and as soon as that delay catches up, I'm going to start. So wait just 1 minute for me. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to Live Enlightened by Ron Steele. And I'm Ron Steele, and I'm here with you about once every 2 weeks, either on a Saturday, a Sunday, or a Monday. Today's Saturday, September 30th, 2017, and it's 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. And the next time I'm back will be on Mondays from now on. Due to work, I'm going to be trying this. I'm going to change it to something. I've never tried a Monday before, so we're going to do 10 a.m. Pacific time every other Monday. And in between that, any videos I do, I'll do live Facebook videos and post some other videos on YouTube. I'll post my live Facebook videos on YouTube also. But anyway, right now we're doing the reading of the knowledge book. All right, so this is Live Enlightened, is my Enlightenment company name. And that's by me, Ron Steele. And right now I'm choosing to, my category is reading the knowledge book, and we are on part 7 today. All right. So those of you that are new today and you need more understanding of what the knowledge book is, please go back to, go to my YouTube channel, search Live the Enlightened Lifestyle or Ron Steele or both, and you'll find me on YouTube there. And the YouTube channel name is called Live the Enlightened Lifestyle. Please subscribe to me there, and you'll get updates, and you'll never have to search for my channel again. And there, what you want to do to start reading the knowledge book with me is go back to reading the knowledge book part 1, and then you can go through part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, all the way up to part 7, which is today. Today is part 7 of reading of the knowledge book. So it's a pretty big book, pretty important book. Basically, in a nutshell, this is the new book that takes over all Bibles. This is not a religious book. This book tells you that, religion created by man has been manipulated, and, the Bibles have been manipulated too much, and the word has been lost. The true, genuine, real words have been lost. This is not called a Bible, but it takes the place of all the other written books. So that's it in a nutshell. I'll save the rest for you guys. You guys can go out there and research the knowledge book, and then you can read also, like I said, on my YouTube channel. Also, if you would, you could find me on Facebook, Ron Steele or Ronald K. Steele. My picture, you got the Ron Steele when you see Ron Steele, Ronald K. Steele, the two names on there both, and then you'll see my pictures. It looks like I'm in a helicopter, a pilot. I have some pilot headphones on, and let's see, you can friend me there. Any good enlightening souls out there, I welcome as my friends. You're all my brothers and sisters, and some of us are more advanced than others, and us that are advanced more, we need to help those who aren't as advanced. And there's people that are much more advanced than me, and I welcome your help for me, as well as from my guidance and intuition. So I'll be using my intuition as I read this book and speak about the knowledge that I've gained not just from this book. Also, if you go to Facebook, I also have a event page for this event and any other event by Live Enlightened. That's my brand I use, you know, to get the word out. And right now I'm nonprofit, and we work off of donations, and donations are can be made at PayPal. Let's see, what is it again? I really don't use it too much. There we go. I think it's paypal.me/Ron Steele, RONSTEELE. So paypal.me, like me, /RONSTEELE, Ron Steele. And then I have Live the Enlightened Lifestyle Facebook page. If you'd go like my page, that'd be awesome, and you'll get, you know, you get to get the alerts and keep up with what I'm doing. I need to do more. I know I'm not doing enough, but you know, I'm going through things, enlightenment in my life that I'm trying to find the right moments in timing for everything. I also have a Facebook group. It's called Live the Enlightened Lifestyle also. So eventually I'm going to shorten everything else, like these webinars. I'm going to shorten it to Live Enlightened by Ron Steele. And I'm really going to be coming up with more things, like I have been for 2 years. I'm going to be coming up with more things to just put my word out there from my lessons, my knowledge, my intuition, my guidance, my wisdom, to help others. And that's really my main goal, is to do my small part in humanity here on earth, to help people learn and grow and get through life easier and do the right thing. Which reminds me, I often say to you guys here on my webinars that you know, I hope you guys are having a good life and you're living every day with the best intentions, from love and unity, and not greed, ego, separation, and hate or greed. Okay, so drop the hate, drop the greed, drop the separation tactics, anything that, realize when you're involved in something that separates us, and get away from it. Change it. So really, it's just that easy. It's not easy, but it's just that easy when you think about it, that live your life every day with the best intentions, from love, and with the intention of, you know, unifying all of us as brothers and sisters together as one, instead of looking at us as different races and different sexes and different countries and nationalities and different, you know, political views and all of those things. If we used 100% of our brain, we would all know and believe the exact same things. Why? Because we would know the real truth. The only reason that there is so much separation on earth right now, besides, you know, other negative things, I won't talk about that, but the only reason there's so much separation on earth right now is because we only use a small percentage of our brain, and because of that, we cannot telepathically communicate, and we cannot tap into the energy of the universe and know 100% the truth about everything. Now, there's some reason behind that none of us really know yet, but it's a fact that we don't use 100% of our brain. If we did, there'd be no separation, there'd be no sickness, there'd be no hate and greed, there'd be none of the negative things we know here on earth anymore. Because using 100% of our brain means that we would all tap into the exact same energies, and we would be able to heal ourselves, and we would be able to live in love always. So I'm going to go ahead, you guys, and start reading the knowledge book. So like I said, this is part 7 today. It's Live Enlightened by Ron Steele, and that's me. And this is Reading the Knowledge Book, part 7. So I'm going to go ahead and start here on page 58. We've got a long way to go. I think I'm on page, I think this book has like 1,000 and, well, to the very end, it's like 1,063 pages. So maybe I should start doing this weekly. Anyway, I'm reading this book with you guys. I don't read this book until I come on here. So let's go ahead and start, okay? So notice, to our terrestrial brothers and sisters, our friends, matter and energy are invisible wholes. Distressed awareness is the sole factor which separates matter and energy. The human develops and matures on this path. Your depressions go parallel to the depressions of the world. Negative thought frequencies encompassing the universe reflect on you from your atmosphere. For this reason, your world has been entering more and more into depression and blind alleys. This is the reason why negative currents upset the divine waves of the period of sincerity. Each person has become so selfish that no one thinks about anyone else. This is the reason why the compassionate waves of the Lord cannot reach you, for these currents comprise certain frequencies. Your equilibrium that is impairs the universe too. Permission will never be given for this. During this period, everyone is all alone. The choice is yours. If you can become a light despite all your depressions and can kindle a light, then you prove that you are of value. Now we call to those who think, let's receive first, then we will perform our mission. So let me read that again. Now we call to those who think, in quotes, let's receive first, then we will perform our mission, end quote. Choice is not easy at all. All these are examinations of humanity. A carefree human does everything for fun and distraction. This is nothing but a satisfaction of his or her ego. That helps me to understand why it seems to bother me so much in the past. Those people who are just carefree and living life for fun. That explains a lot. A carefree human does everything for fun and distraction. This is nothing but a satisfaction of his or her ego. So I've always taken life more seriously. I try not to be too serious, because that's the other extreme that you definitely don't want to get into. But we're here for a purpose, and you've got to take that serious at times. And you've got to do something with it. You can't just go around not giving a crap about anything and being reckless and wild and having fun and all the time and being irresponsible. Do not get lost in the darkness of your depressions. Do not go madly from one place to the other asking, where will I be happy? Try to benefit from these dictated texts. You will see that your endeavors will one day sprout. All these depend on humankind's ability to perceive the perceptions beyond dimensions that have been prepared in accordance with the theory of evolution. If your subconsciousness can receive these currents fully, then you can easily enter the path of light. You gain consciousness as you leap over the thresholds. Your endeavors are for your own benefit. Do not ever forget this, our friends. Pen of the Golden Age. It's signed Pen of the Golden Age. So, And now it says, our friends, we are in connection with you metaphysically by a system prepared in accordance with the theory of perception. Now we will tell you about where we are and how these connections are made. This is a galaxy far outside your solar system. Its distance length to the center of your Earth is 240 wow 240 million light years. Actually, it's more than that. But not everyone can become embodied here. This is a galaxy far outside your solar system. Its distance length to the center of your Earth is 240 million light years. Wow. But not everyone can become embodied here, for your spirit energies would be annihilated in our intense medium. For this reason, always package program is used. Okay, that looks like a little bit of a typo. For this reason, always package program is used. I don't know what that means. The Savior is here. All the missionaries who are connected to the central system will be taken here. Emissaries of the divine realm assist you on this path. Persevering people will always be taken here. Here, the essence structure of the residence of the galaxy is pure essence heart, pure spirit. Tolerance of this kind cannot be found anywhere in the universe. People who get permission for entering here are made to put on special garments. A magnetic gold ring placed on their heads enables connection between their brain waves and us. The medium is perfect, and there is nothing you cannot obtain through thought. Names of the resonance of the galaxy are specified by colors. This place is just like the inside of a prism. One lives in such a medium of colors that these colors are unknown to the world human. For this reason, they cannot be named. Each color has hundreds of thousands of nuances. You can easily establish connection with the owner of the color you think of. Our connection with you is governed by a very simple method. The goal is to create humans from human. There are no privileges in the announcements we make. We always prepare a medium in alignment with your medium through the general frequency adjustment. And when vibrations conform with the frequencies of people who have spirit levels deserving this place, a bulb is turned on in the mechanism here. The number next to the bulb and the brightness of the bulb show the spirit evolvement of that being. When all these are determined, the entire past of the being whose data we have received is investigated. He or she has a file in the archive for every era he or she has incarnated in the world. These files are then connected to the code keys of that person. His or her evolution tableau is observed on the screen. His or her past personalities, how he or she lived, the mediums and the galaxies they lived in, the number of times that they incarnated in the world, his or her evolution until they were connected to the central system are all determined one by one. And then the being is given a mission according to his or her spirit level, and connection is made with him or her. Their past and who he or she is clearly told to them. The mission required from him or her is mentioned. The missionary's connection on their own level occurs with humans on varying spirit levels. When the missionary meets a person whose spirit level is close to this medium, he or she gives a signal like the ring of a bell besides his or her bulb. This signal is for investigation of the personality and the spirit level of that person. If this spirit is suitable for the medium in which he or she is going to be trained, that the coat of that person, coat is Kote, the coat of that person is connected to the missionary. Through the established thought bridge, that person instinctively calls the missionary. These unifications are coded by the command of the center that you call the divine realm. Goodwill, tolerance always make you gain a code key. God assists each of his servants. Everything begins with evolvement. One day, humankind will establish a more magnificent world. In future, all the coats will be unified. Excuse me. There is no coincidence. There are prepared mediums. May the happiness be upon you, our friends. Signed, PGA, Pen of the Golden Age. Notice to our terrestrial brothers and sisters, our friends, from now on we are talking openly and clearly with friends who will be accepted to the places called the land of angels. Knowledge is connected to your receiving power and your frequency. Also, the light which springs from your essence connects you to your evolvement coat. What is this evolvement? We have explained this to you many times due to various reasons, and we have to talk about the same subject, the same theme again and again. Our goal is to place the subjects that we emphasize by these repetitions in your memories. Now, we will convey to you its scientific side. All the seeds which have been sown in your subconscious since your first existence until the moment you are in have prepared you for a certain medium of consciousness. Each seed in the subconscious becomes verdant to give its fruit when it meets the light of knowledge that carries its own vibration. Otherwise, it remains fruitless. Knowledge coming from billions of light years is hidden in your brain layers. That means each of you is a walking library. However, you read only the book you open. This occurs by a procedure your curiosity coat performs. First, curiosity propels you into a medium of quest. You search first unawarely, then in awareness until you find the counterpart of the frequency present in you. You know that the speed of thought is equal to the speed of light in zero world frequency. You begin to get knowledge from the medium of whichever dimension your thoughts enter. Excuse me. In more advanced dimensions, your speed of thought passes the speed of light. And we are obliged to notify you that none of these procedures are easy at all. Every advanced knowledge received passes through a highly charged electromagnetic field. These rays open up like a fan. The more the distance between the fan's energy at the pointed end and the other ends is, the lighter will be the knowledge you receive. And since you will be in a weak magnetic field, you will not be shaken much. It will prepare you for the medium of imagination and thought. In fact, the source is the same. It is very powerful. Everyone tries to reach it. However, in accordance with the theory of perception, a human has to pass his or her essence through the medium of evolvement first, so that his or her brain energy will not be damaged in those powerful magnetic fields. This is a necessity of evolution. Only then can you cover the distance according to the law of graduation. You know that everything in the universe is infinite. Evolvement, too, is interminable. Excuse me, I need a bit of water there. Each dimension you enter prepares you for a new evolvement, and that evolvement leads you to a new dimension. You reach such a state that at last you become a light. For this reason, we call our friends who have reached the boundary of this evolvement. are light friends. On the path of light on which you walk, that which will open the first gate for you is your evolvement. Then comes your frequency, then your perceptions. That is your sixth sense. Your sixth senses become powerful together with the magnetic mediums in which your galaxy enters. Its strengthening elevates your frequencies. Provided that your frequency rises together with your evolvement, helping powers unknown to you will help you, and they will guide you in every step you take and will enlighten you. The equivalency of your evolvement with your frequency will open up the gates of many universal dimensions for you. In your evolvement, if your evolvement remains behind your frequency, then you are nothing but a receiving and a transmitting instrument. If your evolvement remains behind your frequency, then you are nothing but a receiving and a transmitting instrument. This is the reason why the religious books have tried to prepare you for the evolvement medium until today. You see the truth and you overcome your fears in proportion with the consciousness you gain. This fear is the kind of fear we mentioned. You cannot overcome your fears by telling yourselves, "I'm not afraid." First of all, you have to gain a consciousness in every subject. Fear is having hesitation about the unknown. This is your primitive instinct. However, when you know the origin of something fully and you go into it, then your fears are annihilated. So knowledge is power. Fear is nothing but a primitiveness, a conditioning. Actually, you should be afraid of the harm that will come to you from the mediums you presume you gained. The fearlessness we are talking about is not a blind, unconscious fearlessness. That kind of fearlessness is even worse than primitiveness, for they remain where they are. No constructive moral vibration can reach them. The gate of penitence is the first key which opens the gate of moral vibrations to you. Moral vibrations are positive energies preparing you for evolvement, freeing your spirits from negative factors, purifying and cleansing them. The more powerful you receive those energies, the more purified you get on the path of evolvement. There is no formalism in purification. There is the essence, and that is what we consider important. To those who are on this path, assisting lights come from the channel of the Lord. This is the reason why we call this period this is the reason why we call this period the period of sincerity. The world established by the sincere ones will be a sunny world, a golden age. These are the friends whom we select one by one and greet, and we have received the command to unify all our friends who have achieved cosmic consciousness in the evolvement medium with our love. Signed, Pen of the Golden Age. Our friends, some of our terrestrial brothers and sisters are curious about the number of spirits and the way they are created, or the way they were created. Now, the answer will be given to you. Spirits were not created when the world was created, but when the entire realm was created together with the cosmos. The spirit is a light of the universe. Its number is interminable, extending until infinity. The population of the world does not encompass even 1/10 of the present spiritual energy within the core of the universe. A spirit completes its evolution in the galaxy medium within the world planet and within its own solar system. The spirit energy cannot go outside other solar systems, for it becomes annihilated in the intense energy medium. Each spirit has a separate speed of light. Beyond this, the spirits who have completed their evolution come from beyond centuries, undergoing the expiration of time. And spirits beyond these float, so to say, in their own evolutionary mediums. All right, we're moving on to page 63. Each spirit is sent to the world planet for his or her evolution. For the evolution on your planet is more concrete, but the entities in other galaxies are more matured than you are. Spirits either return to the world planet again and again by their own desires, or they are sent due to necessity. The state of the galaxies in your solar system is a medium not known by everyone. Divine entities who possess the power of the years are embodied there in accordance with the mediums in alignment with these galaxies. They make their connection here as current flows. To create the perfect medium of creation is possible by the evolution of the human's own spiritual level. Finding that medium depends on that person's evolvement, what each person is, and is comprehended by his or her codes here. A human passes to the medium where the power of the universe will be accessed through the medium of his or her own spirit level. As we said before, evolvement is interminable. There are always evolvements beyond evolvements. Every spirit energy that leaves his or her world body finds his or her place by the assistance of the powers belonging to the medium to which he or she will go. Medium suitable for his or her evolution is created for every spirit, and it is prepared for more advanced evolutions through the general messages given as if he or she were in the world. The being who is ready is sent to the world as missionary for the evolvement of humanity. Spirits beyond these purify themselves on the world level in their own mediums by their own powers. Enlightened spirits always help those who are in this medium. Cooperation is collaboration, and embodiment occurs through the procedures in the sacred places. Our human brothers and sisters are not yet aware of the sacred light at the sacred places. The spirit level of humans progresses by the residue of their spiritual depressions. A human whose head has not bled does not know how to bandage his or her wound. Spiritual views open up in the view medium of the essence. The spirit is a light of the universe, an energy of the universe. It has an intensity peculiar to itself, but the intensity cannot be measured in accordance with unit measurements. It is about 15 milligrams. Its core is plasma. The liquid within it creates a viscous medium. The composition of the liquid in the spirit core is the same as the liquid in the uterus. Wow. The universal energy of the spirit provides the connection of the gene essence with the cells and assists their development. Spiritual energy is imperative for the growth of the baby in the uterus. And while the baby is born into the world, the spirit claims that baby as a whole. Afterwards, he or she is its essence possession. Despite all the difficulties, it never leaves him or her. If at moments it cannot find its medium, its connection with the body becomes weaker. It has the power of leaving that body any moment if it wants. Evolvement on the face of the world is nothing but an effect of the centuries on the centuries from the technological side. Spiritual evolvement occurs by universal vibrations. The spirit energies that receive these vibrations take their lives on the world level under supervision. The spirit is a whole. It is an indivisible energy, and it is eternal. The way we come to this world is the same as the way we leave the world. We enter through one gate and leave through another gate. At the moment of death, your spirit leaves your body like a cloud. It condenses as it rises. As it condenses, it is compressed, and as it is compressed, it transforms itself into a more powerful energy. So let's read that again. That's really important, because I've always said there's no such thing as death. Just human death as we know it here, but not the death of the soul. So at the moment of human death, your spirit leaves your body like a cloud. It condenses as it rises. As it condenses, it is compressed. And as it is compressed, it transforms itself into a more powerful energy. And then this energy passes by special procedures to the universe beyond light as a light. This is, it returns to its origin, just as it came to us once, as a part of God. When spirits that are not embodied are invited during spiritual sessions, they come to you late or quickly according to their speeds beyond light and their harmony with the frequency. After they adapt themselves to your level, they answer your questions. However, it is not plausible to disturb them for trivial reasons, although they know the discontentment of humankind. They come to the sessions again and again without any resentment, for their duty is to prepare you for a certain medium. Beings who did not get satiated with worldly comforts, saturated with worldly comforts. Boy, I don't remember that word. Beings who did not get satiated with worldly comforts, that is, those who could not complete their evolvements yet, and missionary beings return to Terra again through birth in accordance with the degree of their desire. Everything is under supervision with our love. So Terra is supposed to be another word for Mother Earth. That's the name of Earth. And that's the end of that paragraph. So I'm going to go on to the next one. Let's just check everything out here. Bear with me 1 minute. I need to check and make sure you guys on YouTube are okay. Huh. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, so there's YouTube looks to be okay. Sorry for that. Thanks for bearing with me. Something is wrong with Webinar Jam, but Webinar Jam's recording. I just noticed that you guys can't get into Webinar Jam. Today's my last day for the old Webinar Jam. There's a brand new awesome Webinar Jam that I've transferred everything to, and I'll be starting with that one on October 16th. Today is my last day for the old Webinar Jam system, and it just figures that apparently I'm seeing that nobody can get in. But it is recording, and I'm live on YouTube, so thank you to my YouTube watchers. And this video will be recorded and posted on YouTube soon, so everybody will be able to watch it. I have a lot more viewers who come and watch my videos on their own time rather than live. That way they can come to my YouTube channel anytime. So you guys just remember to subscribe to me, please, on YouTube. Go to YouTube and search Live the Enlightened Lifestyle, and you'll see me there in all my videos. Subscribe and watch all my videos, okay? I've got a lot more videos than just about the knowledge book, and I'll have a lot more soon, okay? So let's go back to, let's finish reading the knowledge book. I got about 20 minutes left, okay, and then we'll wrap it up. Our friends, those who help you until you come to us, are the missionaries of the divine realm. Each baby born as a guardian friend, her mission is to educate. His or her mission is to educate and protect that baby. Each step the baby takes in the world frequency is under his or her responsibility, but he or she is obliged to help you only on the path of evolvement and beyond it. There is no favoritism. You assist your evolvements yourself. The higher the frequency of the baby who comes into the world is, the very supreme beings there are to assist him or her. As the frequencies rise, more beings are there who assist you. Okay, I can see that. I have seen that and felt it. Your protection medium becomes strengthened in this manner. Beyond evolvement, religious suggestions do not have any function anymore. For religious suggestions are enlightenments given to prepare you for a medium necessitated by society. Religious suggestions are enlightenments given to prepare you for a medium necessitated by society. Religious vibrations are very significant in individual evolvements. These positive vibrations prepare you for coats beyond evolvement. Religions are suggestions given parallel to the lifestyles of societies. In this medium, religious vibrations perform their mission for the enlightenment of society. For this reason, the view of society remains restricted to the environmental medium it is in. Well, there's a lot to be said. There's a lot hiding in that one sentence. For this reason, the view of society remains restricted to the environmental medium it is in. Religious segmentations have occurred in this manner. It is your religious faiths and views that connect you to the channel of the Lord and then take you from there to the evolvement medium. But unfortunately, every society tries to attract the others to its own religious medium in its own ego medium. That's the problem with religion nowadays. A Christian wants everyone to be a Christian. A Muslim wants everyone to be a Muslim. No one views the other one as a fragment of himself or herself, of his or her essence as a human. We have said religions are given for evolvement as a necessity of society. Jesus Christ is the enlightening guide of his society. Muhammad Mustafa is the enlightening guide of his own society. Those who grasp the genuine nature of the Quran and the religious books do not make any discriminations among religions anymore, for they have transcended the boundaries of evolvement. In the Christian medium, too, those who do not make any Christian, Muslim, let me read that again. In the Christian medium, too, those who do not make any Christian, Muslim discrimination are assembled under the roof of humanity. Okay. Remember, this was translated to English from Turkish. So, this book is not a religious book, for it is being dictated from an evolvement coat beyond 9 dimensions. Only genuine humans are accepted into this dimension. For this reason, we have oriented the entire universe towards the religious mediums. For all your religious books elevate you only up to the energy mediums of the 4th dimension and prepare you for the entrance examinations of other dimensions. The dimension you call heaven is here. For all your religious books elevate you only to the energy mediums of the 4th dimension and prepare you for the entrance examinations of other dimensions. The dimension you call heaven is here. Those who are selected from here are taken to the firmament plane. Okay, there's... I thought I knew what the firmament was, but... Or maybe it is correct. If you look up the firmament, if you do a search on Google, it says something about that bubble above us, above Earth, that separates Earth from the rest of the universe. But I don't really know if that's what they're talking about here. The dimension you call heaven is here. Those who are selected from here are taken to the firmament plane. They are your saints, and saints also receive their suggestions from the supreme ones of the dimensions to which they have elevated themselves. Each dimension is connected to the universal channel of the Lord. However, to be able to get habituated to the energy of a dimension is only possible by being ready for the evolvement of that dimension. Otherwise, you become shaken. For this reason, those whose evolvements and frequency powers rise parallel to each other are not shaken in any way. The energy of the next higher dimension is obliged to train the energy of the next lower dimension. In unifications necessitated by society, it is very significant to take this path. Sorry, some of this stuff just hits me while I'm reading it and gets a little emotional because I can identify with some of it. Our friends who have reached genuine religious fulfillment, be they Christian or Muslim, never make religious propaganda, for they have attained genuine consciousness. Their worship is between themselves and their Lord. Their assistance is for humanity. So those extremists out there that we all know about on every side of the fence, that just goes to show you just how low vibrational they are and just how they are not prepared and they are not evolved. They are, in every respectful sense of the word, they are ignorant. In my opinion, it's the worst thing you can be on this planet is ignorant. With light, which means light means basically information and knowledge. With the proper information and knowledge, ignorance fades away. If we could just find a way to get everybody the proper information and knowledge and figure out a way to jumpstart the consciousness of every human being on this planet, humanity would be okay. We would be loved, all of us. Religious vibrations bring you up to the gate of heaven. After this threshold, you are subjected to more powerful examinations. If you pass these thresholds together with moral totality, you enter different evolvement dimensions. The energy of the fourth dimension opens your essence and I. Then you will tread the paths with your own efforts. You either open the gate of heaven, or you partly open it, or you just remain there. It is not easy at all to enter this medium of purification. The endeavor is from you, tolerance from us, divine guidance from our Lord. Signed, Pen of the Golden Age. So I'll go on to page 66. And we've got about 10 minutes left, okay? During this period of sincerity, our sincere brothers and sisters perform their missions fully by propagating the chapters of the book and are assisting their brothers and sisters to awaken. Our gratitude is infinite. For this reason, our connection takes place with these friends. Everyone creates his or her medium, him or herself. The purification of a human depends on himself or herself. Our Lord has given you to yourselves, not to leave his servants alone. The closest friend of a human is himself and herself. The closest friend of a human is yourself. Your second self is your conscious. This conscious carries a characteristic other than all living beings. This conscience carries a characteristic other than all living beings. There is compassion, mercy, gratitude, and love in its measurement. These are your touchstone in the society you live in. Its equilibrium and sensitivity are so beautifully regulated that when this adjustment is impaired, the society is also impaired. Our human brothers and sisters, now we call out to your essence. Think for a moment who you are. Who are you? What are you? Think profoundly just for a moment. Why have you come to this world? Ask this of yourselves. I ask myself that every day. Do not forget that your mothers and fathers have not brought you to the world only for pleasure. Your coming to the world is not a coincidence. All coincidences are mediums prepared for your examinations. So we've got work to do. And there's a lot of people sitting on their ass doing nothing. And there's other people making trouble. We've got to educate. We've got to properly educate. There is so much false information, false education out there. And it's in our school systems, too. It's a damn shame. You have not set foot on the world without a reason. Among many of your brothers and sisters, you are the only ones who have passed their life examinations. I think they're talking about those who read this book. This is a book that they say that this book finds you. You don't find the book. So if you're still viewing my videos and live streams of reading the knowledge book, chances are this book found you and you're meant to be listening to it. If you're not here anymore, if you turned it off saying this guy's an idiot or I don't know what the hell he's talking about, well, then you're not here anymore and you're not on my YouTube channel probably, and you're not ready for this book. So if you're here watching me or you're watching my recorded videos, good for you. You have reached higher planes in this universe than most people. So for you to be able to become you, you were sent to the world because you still had paths to tread. You will both learn lessons from your surroundings and you will teach lessons. You will comprehend and know that your mission is not only to live and maintain the perpetuation of the generations. The perpetuation of the generations is an unaware vibration. It is connected to your universal destiny code. Your choice had been regulated even before you came to the world. This is nothing but an application of a mechanical procedure here to nature. Everything occurs by the command of the divine mechanism. The selection, first of all, is your essence. Later, it will be explained to you in length how you came to the world. For now, may all the happiness be upon you with our love, Pin of the Golden Age. Okay, next paragraph. Our friends, the atmosphere of the world is mirroring the radioactive factors on you. Your depressions, your climate conditions, your food and drinks are affecting you negatively due to this. The atmosphere of the world is mirroring the radioactive factors on you. The atmosphere. Your depressions, your climate conditions, your food and drinks are affecting you negatively due to this. The brainwaves of our human brothers and sisters who are depressed due to this fact produce negative electricity. If you consider all these matters, you can understand the reason of your depressions. This is why I talk so much about to you and everybody in my life, and I push myself every day, and I'm not doing good enough. I could do so much better. To eat better. I read labels on everything I buy at the store. God, I wish I could manufacture all my own food. I will someday. And so I know where it comes from. We don't know where our food comes. Good God, do you realize the trust we have, the faith and trust we have that you don't realize? You subconsciously realize that you have faith and trust in everybody that manufactures food that you go to the grocery store to buy from. And you put it in your mouth, not knowing if it's going to kill you. You have trust and faith that this food you put in your mouth is not going to kill you, because you think to yourself, why would anybody sell anything that's going to kill me? But it's a slow death. If you're not aware, if you're not informed, if you're not enlightened to what foods you should and shouldn't be eating, and what vaccines you should and shouldn't be taking, and what information you should and shouldn't be listening to, and who you should and shouldn't be hanging around, because you are what you watch on TV. You are who you hang around, who you live with. So figure out what you want out of life. Figure out who you want to be, what you want to represent, and go find people like that. TV and radio like that. Food like that. Your doctor, your dentist should be like that. So figure out who you want to be and go hang around those people and things. And go find those experiences. No matter how powerful you are, the pressure of your atmosphere will affect you as time passes. Even the very rich among you will not be able to spend their money with ease on the threshold of their spiritual depressions. Do you know why we explain all this very clearly? For despite all this clarity, our human brothers and sisters are still blind and deaf, exceptions excluded. They cannot see and know the path designed for them, and they cannot become free of themselves. You are in a 1 year period of depression. Only our genuine friends are exempt from this, for we extend our helping hands to them in every way. You have entered an intense fog stratum, encompassing the entire universe. Our purified friends will overcome this obstacle without fear. Once the bridge Sirat, Sirat, and it's got a asterisk there. Oh, look at the glossary, it says. Okay, so once the bridge Sirat was mentioned, now you are passing over that Sirat or Sirat. You see that the animals you have sacrificed you to pass over this bridge. During this final period in which matter has gained supremacy over morality, moral powers cannot extend their helping hands to you anymore either. This is a selection made as a necessity of evolution. Even to be able to pass beyond your moral power is an issue of approval. Even this is given to deserving ones by selecting them. Do not let these words of ours make you uncomfortable. Now we will tell you everything openly so that you can attain a judgment about your attitude. Your exit path is your common sense and your conscience, provided that you cannot clean the negative litter there. You can never leap over the threshold of depression, neither materially nor morally. You struggle in turbid waters without knowing what is what, and you make the water even more turbid. If you stop and think for a moment by your common sense, you will see the path you must design more easily. Our recommendations to you have always been patience for centuries. However, now is not the period of patience. The time loop has very much narrowed. For this reason, we are trying to take you out of your time. But still, it is very hard to pull you out of your dark well. While you are in the dark, we cannot be of any assistance to you in any manner. This is the meaning of our telling you, run towards the light. Run towards the light. All our love is upon the universe. Signed, Pen of the Golden Age. Okay, I'm going to read the last little bit on here on page 67 and 68, and then we'll finish up there, okay? Your brain generator produces thoughts by the signals it receives from the dimensions it enters. If these thoughts are present in your brain archives, you bring that message above your awareness, and either you say it aloud or you write it down on paper with a pen. Your actual computer center is your brain. The given announcements are given from each dimensional energy. It is said everyone has a star. This is the very explanation of this statement. These subjects do not have anything to do with the culture you receive from the medium you live in, and neither does your nationality, nor your religion, nor your age, nor your gender affect the perceptions you receive. Things that seem like miracles to you are nothing but the opening of your brain channels by your integrated consciousness codes. The evolution frequency of a 3-year-old child may be much higher than the evolution frequency of an 80-year-old human. What is significant is not the world age, but the evolution age. Boy, isn't that true. because I know a 66-year-old man who is nowhere near evolved as some 8-year-olds I know. There are thousands of ego prophets in the universe who consider themselves superior by comparing themselves with others. The frequency differences among humans occur as a necessity of evolution. The ripening of a fruit on a tree and another one in a greenhouse occur through different procedures. They do not have the same taste. Humans, too, are the same. Those who grow in a greenhouse are ripened by other consciousness suns. Those who grow on a tree ripen directly by the sunshine. When it matures, when the time comes, it gives fruit. Then, there you find the genuine taste. Oh, well, that makes me think, I can't wait to buy some land and grow my own food. That makes me think twice about having a greenhouse, darn it. I guess I have to research that more. Because you definitely don't want to negatively affect the energy of your food. But during the winter months, you can do a lot with a greenhouse. But we'll have to check that one out. The genuine devotee does not have formalism or conditioning. They veil their heads as a necessity of the society they live in. But their essence, hearts, and brains are unveiled. When they attain genuine consciousness, they understand what is what, but they cannot say anything due to their hesitation about the medium. In this manner, many devotees do not transmit certain events, not due to fear, but due to hesitation. Pay attention to what we say. We say not due to fear, but due to hesitation. For there can never be a genuine devotee whose fear coat has been opened. Fear is primitiveness, and this primitiveness is the sole factor that hinders your becoming conscious. This is the reason why we often repeat and will continue to repeat this word of ours when the need arises. All our endeavors are for placing you on the genuine consciousness coat. As some of you misunderstand, it is not for shaking your faith or for affecting your religious tendencies. The moment you are free of this thought loop, you will become a genuine human. If the announcements we give could not reach your computers, or if your computers are just beginning to be programmed, you cannot comprehend anything from those messages. We will be able to say hello to you maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 100 years later, or maybe even later than that. While you expect mechanical signals from us, we expect brain signals from you. May universal love be upon you. May all the lights fill your spirits. Signed, Pen of the Golden Age. Okay, so that's it. That's up to page 68, and I am on, this is Live Enlightened by Ron Steele. That's me. And this is Reading the Knowledge Book, Part 7. So that's the end of Part 7. The next time I'll see you guys on in 2 weeks, but on a Monday this time. 2 weeks and 2 days from now. Monday, October 16th, right here on YouTube and on my new webinar webinar jam link. You can register to all my webinars by clicking on, once you register, it'll ask you, do you want to auto register to all future webinars by Ron Steele. And You just click on that, and that will sign your first name. I only ask for your first name and your email address, and then I'll send you updates. And I don't over email. I email just what I feel you need to stay in touch and stay reminded about the upcoming webinars. And you can find that on, go to Facebook, Facebook events. Go to Facebook, and I think it's facebook.com/events, and then search on Live Enlightened. And you'll find me there, Live Enlightened by Ron Steele. That you'll find my event page, and you can go there and look through the discussion. Click on the discussion tab, or actually, it's also in the. You'll find it in the post if you click the discussion tab. But you'll also find the link to register on Webinar Jam for all my webinars, not just reading the knowledge book, for all webinars. Now and in the future. You can find the link there in the About tab. So either tab you click on when you're in the Facebook events, Live Enlightened by Ron Steele, just click going to that event and you'll get the notifications there, and then click on the registration link. It'll say something like Genesis. It used to say Webinar Jam, but the new Webinar Jam is a little different. Very much the same, but it's got a couple differences. But just new and improved. And so please register to my new Webinar Jam events coming up. You'll have to go and get that link at my events page I just mentioned. And I'm also going to start putting it in my video. So today's video that's recording right now, it's live on YouTube, but it's recording, and it'll be a recording uploaded to YouTube after this. I'm going to put down in the descriptions the link there on YouTube also. So it's already in, the newest link is already in my Facebook events page. But today, give me a couple hours, 2, 3, 4 hours, and it'll be in the description of this video when I'm done uploading this video. So next thing we're going to do is page 69. It says, notice to our terrestrial brothers and sisters. So it looks like this book is getting more and more interesting and more in depth. And I'm turning the pages here for the future readings. The next time I read, it's going to talk about knowledge transmission diagram, Pluto, Mercury, Neptune, Mars, Uranus, Earth, the Sun. The transmitting center is Mira. That is Mars. That's another, I think that's the Turkish word for Mars, actually. So it's just getting more and more interesting. So join me, will you, for the rest of the parts of reading the knowledge book. There'll be quite a few parts. I'll keep the videos between an hour and a half, so it's not too much, taking up too much of your time. But you can always go to my YouTube channel, Live the Enlightened Lifestyle, and just watch all my videos there from start to finish, and you can pause it and view it at your own convenience. So I know everybody's busy nowadays, but you don't want to miss anything. So let's stay on top of this together, okay? My brothers and sisters, I appreciate you being here today. I appreciate those of you who were with me live and those who will watch this, many of you who will watch this recording afterwards. I'll see you guys on October 16th, 2017 at 10 a.m. Pacific time here on YouTube, and sign up on Webinar Jam. You can watch me live there and interact with me there. I don't have the chat enabled on YouTube, but you can chat with each other and with myself on the Webinar Jam application, and it's free. My webinars are free currently and very easy to use with this very expensive Webinar Jam system I have. So I hope to see you guys again soon. Again, today is September 30th, 2017. It is now 11:15 a.m. Pacific time, and I'm going to be signing off now. Please remember, brothers and sisters, live your life every day with the best intentions. That's a big start. That's really all it takes to get started with changing your life for the better. Wake up every day and say, it's already a great day. It's a great day. Smack your hands together and wake up out of bed and say it's a great day already. And have good intentions with every single thought in your mind, and do it from love, and say it and do it and interact with people from love. Slowly let go of the greed, the ego, and the hate that we were all born with, or that we were all manipulated into, whatever the case may be. So I'll see you guys next time. I love you guys very much. Namaste. Take care.